We have to consider when we apply different interventions in cities, we have to consider also, in addition to physical aspects and aspects related to the built environment, to the quality of open space, etc., we need to consider that cities at the end are going to be inhabited by people. And therefore, people are the main users of the cities, and we need to consider their needs in terms of health, transport, social interaction as well, employment, etc. And that is where the concept of the 15-minute city becomes, which is basically to deliver in a neighborhood all the basic needs that a citizen requires. This doesn't mean that anyone cannot go out of the neighborhood. They can if they want, but from a social point of view, it's a very strong measure of equity, providing within the 15 minutes all the services, facilities and attention, and also leisure, of course, and housing and employment opportunities that people need. So that's the social dimension. We have to consider that someone is the inventor of this concept. We can say that Carlos Moreno, the advisor of Anne Hidalgo in Paris, is the author of the 15-minute city, and in this city is really relevant because Paris is a city of big extension, not just in the outskirts of the city, but also the city center is quite extensive. Even there was a development that is La Défense, which is a mainly productive development. So they want to go out of the functional city and they want to implement this 15-minute city. So we can say that Paris is another example, but we can talk about Pontevedra, for example, which is a Galician city, is much smaller than other European capitals or global cities. And Pontevedra is doing this since the change of century. So since the end of the 20th century, Pontevedra has reduced dramatically the reliance of cars, and almost 90% of people within the city are moving either in public transport or in bike or by foot. So we can have many examples of this, and this model can be implemented everywhere. It doesn't have a cultural barrier, or it doesn't have a dependence on the pattern of the city, because, for example, we can say, okay, Barcelona with the superblock, right, is an orthogonal grid, and it's easier to implement, everything is very efficient, etc. No, the 15-minute city can be implemented everywhere. It's about the mix of uses, the capacity of the city, and the density, and especially housing. This is not related with urban form. It's related basically with the mix of uses and the dynamics of the city.